Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Conversation podcast. I am Joe.
Hi, everyone, and I am Anna. We're so happy you are here with us today.
If you enjoy learning English with real conversations, please subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to like this episode. Your support helps us create more lessons for you.
Yes, click that subscribe button and share this podcast with a friend who is also learning English.
Today, we are talking about something special. We're talking about life lessons.
Life lessons. That sounds deep.
It does, but don't worry, we will keep it simple.
Yes, very simple English. Very real conversation.
Anna, when you hear the words life lesson, what do you think about?
I think about experience. Things that happened in the past. Good things and also difficult things.
Yes, experience is a great word. A life lesson usually comes from experience.
Exactly. Sometimes we learn from success, but many times we learn from mistakes.
That is so true. Sometimes mistakes teach us more than success.
Joe, can I ask you something?
Of course.
What is one simple lesson you learned in your life?
Oh, that is a big question already.
Yes, we are starting strong today.
Okay, one lesson I learned is this: be patient.
Be patient. I like that. Why did you learn that?
Because I used to be very impatient. If something did not happen quickly, I felt angry.
Really? You do not look impatient.
That is because I changed. But before, I wanted fast results.
What kind of results?
For example, when I started learning a new skill, I wanted to be perfect in 1 week.
That sounds impossible.
Exactly. But I did not realize that at the time. I realized later that growth takes time.
That is a powerful lesson. Growth takes time.
Yes, and now when I learn something new, I tell myself, be patient.
I think many of our listeners need to hear that.
Yes, especially English learners.
Because learning a language does not happen in 1 month.
Right. You practice, you make mistakes, you improve slowly.
And one day you realize you can speak more confidently.
Exactly. That realization feels amazing.
Joe, when did you realize you needed more patience?
When I failed at something.
Failed?
Yes, I tried to do too much too fast, and I became tired and frustrated.
So failure taught you patience.
Yes, failure became my teacher.
That is interesting. Sometimes the hardest moments give us the biggest lessons.
Very true. For me, a big life lesson was different.
Oh? Tell us.
I learned that it is okay to say no.
That is also powerful. Why was that important for you?
Because I used to say yes to everything. Yes to extra work, yes to every invitation, yes to every request.
That sounds exhausting.
It was. I felt tired all the time, and sometimes unhappy.
So what changed?
One day, I realized I was not taking care of myself.
Ah, self-care.
Yes, I understood that saying no does not make me rude, it makes me honest.
That is a beautiful lesson.
Thank you. It took me many years to learn it.
Life lessons usually take time.
They do. They do not come in one day.
Today, we are going to help you talk about your life lessons in English.
Yes, we will show you simple sentences, simple structures, and real examples.
So you can say things like, I learned that, or I realized that.
Or, my biggest lesson was...
By the end of this episode, you will feel more confident sharing your story.
And everyone has a story, including you.
And when you say everyone has a story, that is really true.
Yes, sometimes people think, my life is not special.
But every experience teaches something.
Exactly. And today, we can practice how to talk about those experiences.
Anna, if someone asks you, what is the biggest lesson you learned, how can you start your answer?
You can start very simply. You can say, one important lesson I learned is...
That is a great sentence. Very clear, very natural.
Yes. For example, one important lesson I learned is to trust myself.
Oh, I like that. Trust myself. Can you explain?
Of course. Before, I always asked other people for advice. I did not trust my own decision.
So you doubted yourself.
Yes, that is a good word. Doubt. It means you were not sure.
Right. So what happened?
One day, I followed my own idea, and it worked.
That must have felt good.
It did. I felt confident and proud.
So now you can say, I learned to trust myself.
Exactly. Very simple structure. I learned to.
That pattern is powerful. I learned to be patient. I learned to say no. I learned to try again.
Yes, you just use learned plus to plus verb.
Listeners, you can repeat after us. I learned to believe in myself.
I learned to stay calm.
I learned to work hard.
Very good. See? It is not complicated.
Anna, what about another structure?
You can also say, I realized that.
Ah, yes, that is very common.
For example, I realized that money is not everything.
That sounds deep.
It is. Sometimes we think success means money, but later we understand that happiness is more important.
So you can say, I realized that happiness matters more than money.
Exactly. I realized that family is important. I realized that health comes first.
These sentences are perfect for sharing life lessons.
Yes, and notice something. We are using the past tense,
Right, because the lesson happened in the past.
but the meaning is still important now.
That is why sometimes we also use present perfect.
Good point. For example, I have learned to be more confident.
Yes, I have learned means the learning started in the past and continues now.
Exactly. Let's compare.
Okay?
I learned to be patient last year. That is specific, finished time.
And I have learned to be patient that connects the past to now.
Very good. Both are correct. It depends on the situation.
Anna, can you give one more example from your real life?
Yes, I realized that I cannot control everything.
Oh, that is a hard lesson.
Very hard. I used to worry about everything, small problems, future plans.
That sounds stressful.
It was, but after some difficult experiences, I understood something.
What did you understand?
I can control my actions, but I cannot control everything around me.
That is a very mature lesson.
Thank you. It made me calmer.
So, listeners, you can say things like, I realized that I cannot control everything.
Or, I learned to focus on what I can change.
These are real sentences, real English, for real life.
And maybe now you are thinking about your own lesson.
And when you think about it, some lessons come from success.
Yes, but many lessons come from mistakes.
That is true. Mistakes can be painful.
Very painful sometimes.
Anna, have you ever learned something important from a mistake?
Oh, yes, many times.
Can you share one?
Sure. A few years ago, I was afraid to speak English in public.
Really? You?
Yes, I was scared of making mistakes. I thought people would laugh at me.
That feeling is very common.
Exactly. So one day, I decided to speak anyway.
That was brave.
I made many mistakes. My grammar was not perfect. My pronunciation was not clear.
And what happened?
Nothing bad. No one laughed. People listened.
That must have surprised you.
It did. That day, I learned something powerful.
What did you learn?
I learned that mistakes are part of learning.
That is a beautiful lesson.
Yes. Now I can say, I learned that mistakes help me grow.
That sentence is very useful. Let's break it down.
Okay.
I learned that, then you add the lesson.
Right. For example, I learned that failure is not the end.
Good one. Or, I learned that hard work brings results.
Yes, very natural English.
Let me share one of my lessons.
I'm listening.
When I was younger, I wanted everything fast.
Fast success?
Exactly. I wanted quick results, quick improvement.
And did you get it?
Not really. I felt frustrated.
Frustrated means upset and disappointed.
Yes, because progress was slow.
So, what did you learn?
I learned that growth takes time.
That is such an important lesson.
Yes. Now I say, be patient with yourself.
That is a great phrase for our listeners.
Let's practice it together. Growth takes time.
Be patient with yourself.
Anna, why is it important to share these stories?
Because when we share, other people feel less alone.
That is true.
If I say, I was afraid to speak English, maybe someone listening feels the same.
And they will feel understood.
Exactly. Sharing lessons creates connection.
That is another useful sentence. Sharing experiences builds connection.
Yes, and notice something. When we talk about lessons, we often use emotional words.
Like afraid, frustrated, proud, confident.
Right. So you can say, I felt nervous at first.
But later, I felt confident.
I was disappointed.
But I learned something valuable.
Very nice structure.
So, listeners, if you want to share a life lesson, you can follow this simple pattern.
First, describe the situation.
Second, explain the feeling.
Third, share the lesson.
For example, I failed my exam,
I felt sad and embarrassed.
but I learned that I need to prepare better.
See? Clear, simple, honest.
And very powerful.
Yes, sometimes the most difficult moments teach the strongest lessons.
And sometimes a lesson does not come quickly.
Yes, sometimes we understand it years later.
Exactly. At the moment, we just feel confused.
Or hurt.
Anna, have you ever understood a lesson much later?
Oh yes, especially about relationships.
That sounds serious.
A little bit. When I was younger, I tried to please everyone.
You wanted everyone to like you.
Yes, I said yes to everything.
Even when you were tired?
Even when I was exhausted.
That must have been difficult.
It was. I felt stressed. I felt overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed means too much to handle.
Exactly. But I did not understand the lesson at that time.
So when did you understand it?
When I finally said no.
Oh, that is powerful.
Yes, the first time I said, I'm sorry, I can't.
How did you feel?
Scared at first, then relieved.
Relieved means you feel free from stress.
Yes, and that day I learned something important.
What was the lesson?
I learned that saying no is healthy.
That is such an important life lesson.
Yes, you can be kind without sacrificing yourself.
Let's turn that into a useful sentence.
Okay,
Say, I learned that setting boundaries is important.
very good phrase. Setting boundaries.
It means deciding what is okay and what is not okay for you.
Exactly. And in English, you can say, I need some time for myself.
Or, I'm not available today.
Simple, clear, respectful.
Let me share a lesson about confidence.
I'm curious.
For a long time, I compared myself to other people.
That is very common.
I looked at their success, their progress, their achievements.
And how did that make you feel?
Insecure.
Insecure means not confident.
Yes, I felt like I was not good enough.
That is a painful feeling.
It is, but one day I realized something.
What did you realize?
Everyone has a different journey.
That is true.
I learned that comparison steals joy.
Wow, that is a strong sentence.
Yes, when you compare, you forget your own progress.
So, what do you say now?
Now I say, I focus on my own growth.
That is beautiful.
And very useful English.
Yes, you can say, I stopped comparing myself.
I started appreciating my journey.
I like that. Appreciating means feeling thankful for something.
Exactly.
You see, life lessons often change how we think.
And how we speak.
Yes, because when you change inside, your words change too.
That is deep.
But true, and sharing these lessons helps others grow.
So today we talked about saying no, setting boundaries, and stopping comparison.
And each one is a real life lesson many people learn slowly.
And when we talk about lessons, sometimes they come from failure.
Yes, failure can be a great teacher.
But it does not feel good at first.
Not at all. It feels disappointing.
Disappointing means you feel sad because something did not happen the way you wanted.
Exactly. Joe, have you ever failed at something important?
Oh yes, many times.
Tell us one story.
A few years ago, I applied for a job I really wanted.
You were excited.
Very excited. I prepared for the interview. I practiced my answers.
And then?
I did not get the job.
That must have hurt.
It did. I felt rejected.
Rejected means not accepted.
Yes, for a few days I felt very low.
I understand that feeling.
But later, I realized something important.
What did you realize?
That rejection is not the end.
That is powerful.
I learned that sometimes a no protects you
Protects you from what?
from the wrong path.
Wow.
A few months later, I found a better opportunity.
So the first no helped you find a better yes.
Exactly.
That is a beautiful life lesson.
And in English, you can say, I learned not to give up.
Or, I kept going despite failure.
Despite means even though something was difficult.
Very useful word.
Anna, have you learned something from failure?
Yes, about patience.
Tell me more.
I once tried to learn something new very quickly.
What was it?
A new language.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, I wanted to speak perfectly in just a few months.
That is a big expectation.
Too big. When I made mistakes, I felt frustrated.
Frustrated means angry and upset because progress is slow.
Exactly. I almost quit.
But you did not,
No, and that's the lesson.
which is?
Growth takes time.
That is so important.
Yes, you cannot rush improvement.
Rush means try to do something too fast.
Right, so now I say, I'm patient with myself.
That is a beautiful sentence.
And very helpful for English learners.
Yes, you can say, I'm improving step by step.
Or, I'm learning from my mistakes.
Mistakes are not enemies.
They are teachers.
I like that.
When you change your mindset, failure becomes feedback.
Feedback means information that helps you improve.
Exactly.
So today we shared lessons about rejection, patience, and not giving up.
And each one reminds us that difficult moments often create strong people.
So, when we look back at everything we shared today, we talked about many life lessons.
Yes, and now let's review some important words together.
Good idea. Review helps us remember better.
Our first word is reflection.
Reflection means thinking carefully about your past experiences.
For example, I reflected on my mistakes.
Next word is lesson.
A lesson is something you learn from experience.
You can say, I learned an important lesson.
Another word we used is rejection.
Rejection means someone did not accept you or something did not work out.
Example, I faced rejection, but I did not give up.
Good. Now the phrase give up.
Give up means stop trying.
And we learned not to give up.
Exactly.
Next word is patience.
Patience means staying calm while waiting or improving slowly.
For example, learning English requires patience.
Very true.
We also talked about frustrated.
Frustrated means upset because something is difficult.
Example, I felt frustrated, but I continued practicing.
Great sentence.
Another important word is growth.
Growth means development or improvement over time.
I see my growth every year.
Beautiful.
And feedback.
Feedback is information that helps you improve.
I used the feedback to become better.
Wonderful.
Now, let's ask our listeners something.
Yes. What is one life lesson you have learned recently?
Try to answer in English,
You can start with, I learned that.
or I realized that.
Keep it simple.
Even one sentence is great.
Every small sentence builds confidence.
And remember, mistakes are part of learning.
Yes, you are growing step by step.
If this conversation helped you, please support our podcast.
Like this episode and subscribe to our channel.
Share it with a friend who is learning English.
And keep practicing every day.
We are proud of you.
Thank you for listening. Keep learning, keep reflecting, and we will see you in the next episode.